hope for the best. Convincing myself that this was not a test. Cause I heard many things about Georgie.
People slowly but surely coming on, brother Hill.
I heard he knows how to make a love. Like an angel from the heaven above. Who was I kidding? I give him a try. This life needs love too. And that
So are we just gonna wait or what?
Hope that you're listening.
Right now, there's only 4 people on. You want to go ahead?
I guess we can give it to 8:10.
Okay.
Yeah, we looking sweeter now. Wish that I could love you back in a special way. Ooh, like my mind, I feel alive.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna have some fun with y'all. Ready to work.
Blow my mind.
Pay attention.
I'm satisfied. So much love. You got me out. Yes, I'm so excited.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, or is it just a hit?
DJ Swab.
Don't know if I'ma see you again, but is that a good thing? 'Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I'm focused on your brain.
Oh, trust me, when I step in the booth, I don't come to play fair.
Like, is it the real thing?
Hold on. DJ Swab in the mix, let's go.
Yo, the girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, half up when you go. I wanna see you.
Big shouts out to the noobs on the check-in. What up, though?
Yo, the girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, half up when you go. I wanna see you. She likes to bar with the big old chains, ride around town in the big old range. I'm moving, I rock big old chains, not a left, doing big old thing. Would you look at that? Came back for it, just to get to you, like you asked for it. Man, that thing in them chains too fat for it. 3 pounds, so I caught off the back part. I told her, baby girl, come here. No, I run the town even when I ain't from there. And I brag hardly, but just to show up at this party, I made with you, making one yet. That's unfair, but so is life. Take a chance, roll the dice. Money can't buy your love, cause it's overpriced. Don't overthink, just hope it's right. I'm only here for the night. Hey, we got a good. Come on.
DJ Suave.
Twist cabbage on instinct, it's on deep, stink pink gators, my Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's it.
Y'all ready? Well, come on. Y'all ready? We ready. Come on. Y'all ready? Well, come on.
All right, good evening, everyone. While I would love to listen to DJ Suave all evening, we have some business to attend to. So my name is Ruth Ann Page, and as the event moderator, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the Taylor Hill Campaign Announcement Party. This is where you will have an opportunity to learn more about the campaign's candidates for International Grand Polaris and International Grand Vice Polaris for the Grand Council of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. Just a few points of etiquette for this session. All mics will be disabled throughout the event with the exception of the event presenters on the agenda. Towards the end of the agenda, those with questions will have an opportunity to post questions using Facebook or the Zoom chat feature. Once again, welcome to the Taylor Hill Campaign Announcement Party. So for each of you, thanks for attending and taking the time out of your day, whether in support of the candidates or just to find out some additional information. Your presence is welcomed and appreciated. Small disclaimer that my participation is not reflective of any of my organizations or employer, nor an endorsement, but I am simply here to humbly serve as your moderator for this evening's event. I express good luck and well wishes to all candidates and am appreciative of the campaign for asking me to moderate. Now on to the reason that we're here. First, I'd like to introduce the Taylor Hill campaign staff. First, Chief of Staff, Brother Josiah Thornton. And each will appear as I mention their names as you filter through the videos on the screen. We have the campaign logistic coordinator, Brother Roderick Johnson. Thank you, Brother Johnson. Social media director, Brother Earl Schaefer. All right, thank you, Brother Schaefer. Going on to assistant social media director, Brother Delvon Jackson. And technology manager, Brother Brandon Van Hook. All right, excellent. Strategic data analysis coordinator, Brother Kaja Jamerson. Good evening, sir. Graphic designer, Brother Brandon Reese. All right, campaign communications coordinator, Brother Josiah Burnett. Excellent. Regional coordinator, Midwest region, Brother Mitchell Garrett. Good evening. Regional coordinator, Gulf Coast region, Brother Jermaine Goods Jr. All right. Regional coordinator, Southern region, Brother Tim McDuffie. On to regional coordinator, Ohio Valley region, Brother Justin Patillo. Regional coordinator, Atlantic Coast region, Brother Brandon Mincy-Abel. And last but not least, regional coordinator, Far West region, Brother Ekan George. Okay, now on to the reason we're here. I'd like to make sure that we are going to give you a little bit of information about the candidates. Later on in the program, you will hear more about where you can access additional information about the candidates and their platforms. First, I will have information on candidate for International Grand Polaris, Brother Carl Taylor. Brother Carl A. Taylor is spring 2000 initiate of the Western Maryland College, McDaniel College, Colony by way of the Alpha chapter at Morgan State University. He has been a proud member of the Psi Omega alumni chapter based in Columbia, Maryland for over 12 years. His leadership roles include chapter secretary, vice Polaris and Polaris, state leadership council, regional secretary, graduate advisor, state director, regional director of training and development, national conclave, IOTA leadership conference workshop presenter, and hospitality committee member. As an Army Reserve soldier, he deployed to Iraq in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in 2013. Carl became a company commander and led soldiers in achieving high levels of mission readiness. Since 2017, he served as the state director for the DC, Delaware, and Maryland area, the largest area in the Eastern region, having oversight over 3 assistant state directors, 19 different graduate and undergraduate chapters, and over 500 brothers. He worked with the National Director of Training and Development on Conclave and IOTA leadership conference workshops and trainings. He also coined the phrase IOTA University, the new online training and development tool. He serves as the acting executive director of the Psi Omega nonprofit organization. Carl remains results-driven at all times. He is a servant leader with fire, passion, and is a visionary for the greatest fraternity in the land. In 2019, Carl was honored at the 37th International Conclave and received the inaugural Unsung Hero Award for making an individual donation of $15,000. Next, I will go on to Brother Donyel Hill, candidate for International Grand Vice Polaris. Donyel Hill was initiated in the Psi chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated on the campus of Coppin State College in the summer of 2000. As a reactivating member, he spent several semesters recruiting and building the name and brand of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. He has served in multiple leadership positions on the national, regional, and local levels. His most notable position is the Iota Board of Directors Secretary, National Director of Training and Development. In the role of Board of Directors Secretary, he was instrumental in developing a revised life member policy, co-authored the Transitional Plan for National Leadership, and authored several resolutions approved by the Board of Directors. Currently, Donyel proudly serves as the Eastern Region Coordinator of Conference. In this position, he is responsible for all things regional conference. His experience is proven in the logistics and execution of successful conference meetings. His compassion and dedication to the tenets are unparalleled to the desire he has to be a leader with a purpose to align the brotherhood with the next dimension in Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. Now there are multiple friends and family, Iota brothers, and other Divine Nine supporters who endorse the candidate. I will announce them, followed by each giving 1-minute comments of endorsement. So we will move on. One moment. Excuse me. So for endorsements for candidate for Brother Donyel Hill, the International Grand Vice Polaris candidate, we have Leo Brown, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I will introduce all participants first, and then we'll go into each one. Marie Barber, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Michael L. Smith, Pastor, New Covenant Christian Church. Chris Ray, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and Marlene Johnson, Esquire, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So Leo Brown, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, your comments, please.
Thank you so much, Ms. Page. Greetings and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fratters and sorors. I am Dr. Leo Macaulay Brown, a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and the former Chief Executive Operating Assistant to the 33rd Grand Pomart and current Chairman of Protocol for our fraternity. And speaking for myself, I had the distinct honor and privilege to meet Frater Donyel Hill in 2017, while our Kappa and Iota were both hosting our conclaves that year in Orlando, Florida, also known as the City Beautiful. Frater Hill and I worked together to coordinate logistics for our respective international presidents. As Frater Hill says, I know you for your work. And since that time, I've had the pleasure of knowing Frater Hill for his work. Somewhere during the cataclysmic creation of the universe, the almighty creator and architect of humankind saw fit to bless the world with Frater Donyel Hill and gave him what some may consider a lifelong entanglement with Iota Phi Theta. Since our very first meeting, I found Frater Hill to exhibit solid leadership, an unwavering sense of brotherhood, and an undying love for his beloved Iota Phi Theta. I do not know if one can search high and low and find a more hardworking brother for Iota than Frater Hill, unless you look to his side and see Frater Taylor. Now, therefore, Frater Hill and Frater Taylor, when you get elected, I consequently charge you to serve diligently, love the brotherhood mightily, work tirelessly, fight for the cause of Iota adamantly, stand up for what's right boldly, give voice to the voiceless necessarily, but most of all, thank God for eternity. It is therefore without equivocation, hesitation, rumination, or contemplation that I fully support Frater Hill's candidacy for International Grand Vice Polaris and Frater Taylor's candidacy for International Grand Polaris of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. Great congratulations and Godspeed. Now go re-engage your stars. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments now from Marie Barber, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Good evening. I want to give you an insight on who Donyel Hill is. As my son and as a member of this international known as Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. First and foremost, he is an heir of the Most High. And for those who don't know what I mean, it's simple. He is a child of the King. He comes from royalty. He is royalty. Therefore, by him being a member of this fraternity incorporated, I do solely tell you that he is articulate, he's professional, he's honest, and he is sincere. His tenacity to finish what he starts is unmatched. He makes conscientious and thoughtful decisions, never being wavered by the popular vote. He is a caring son, husband, and brother. And moreover, he's a loyal and faithful member of the one and only Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. And for this, I proudly endorse my one and only son, Donyel Hill, candidate international Grand Vice Polaris of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Thank you so much for your comments. We now go on to Michael L. Smith, pastor, New Covenant Christian Church. Is Pastor Smith with us? Okay. I will move on. If Pastor Smith joins, we will go back.
Yeah, there he is.
Here, I'm. Good evening. Michael Smith. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Michael Smith, on the way from the great city of Baker, Louisiana, where we're here serving at New Covenant Christian Center as your pastor. I am super excited about this young man, Donyel Hill. I call him friend. I know other you have called him other things, but I call him friend. I'm super excited about his journey and his pursuit for vice pillars of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. He is a dedicated individual. He's a loyal friend. The Bible says in order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. And he and his wife have definitely showed themselves friendly unto me, my congregation, and my family. I'm proud of his work in the education field. And also we share similar passion in mentoring and personal development. Dr. Hill, again, has proven himself faithful and to be dedicated to the things that he put his hands to. And I'm sure any organization, any company, any fraternity that he's connected with is going to thrive by his leadership, by his guide, and definitely by his passion for anything that his hands is connected to. He is a man of integrity and a man of strength, and that's definitely needed in this leadership position that he is vying for. So we say congratulations, best witness, and we're here to support and endorse your pursuit for international Grand Vice Pillars of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. God bless you.
Thank you, Pastor Smith. On to Chris Ray, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Ray. I am currently the international first vice president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and I am honored this evening to endorse my friend, and I say my friend, Dr. Donyel Hill, for the office of International Grand Vice Polaris of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. When I think about Donyel and I think about the work that he has done over the years, there is no question that he is prepared for this role. When you think about serving at the international level of our organizations, you need someone who understands the leadership, someone who has a tremendous work ethic, and someone who has vision. And I know firsthand that my friend has each one of those qualities. And there is no doubt in my mind that he is prepared and ready to sit on the national stage to represent this organization. Now, there is a lot of work that needs to be done in our communities, and no one fraternity can get it done. And so we need sound leadership at every single level to make it happen. And so I am looking forward to sitting at the big table, addressing issues that impact our communities around healthcare, around affordable housing, around criminal justice reform, around all the things that are impacting our communities. And I'm hoping that the men of Iota Phi Theta would recognize that Frater Taylor, and Frater Hill deserve to be sitting at that table. So Brother Hill, I look forward to welcoming you to the bonds of leadership at the next level, because it is time to roll up your sleeves and get to work, my brother. Thank you so much for this opportunity. God bless you all. Good luck, and look forward to seeing you on the other side.
Thank you for your comments. And lastly, but not leastly, of course, for an endorsement for Brother Donyel Hill for International Grand Vice Polaris, we have Marlene Johnson, Esquire, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. I am happy to be here today to vouch for my brother, Donyel Hill. I have known Mr. Hill for over 20 years, and the two words that come to my mind when I think about him is dedicated and consistent. He is a dedicated servant. He has built his career and his life upon serving people, serving others. We have had the opportunity to share at Morgan State University and at my church, First Mount Olive Free Will Baptist Church in Baltimore, Maryland. And he has always been in what I call the thick of things. And when you look for a leader, you want someone that is willing to be in the thick of things. Because as we take our organizations forward in this next period of time, we need leaders who are willing to be in the thick of things, who are willing to stand up for what's right. And I know that Donyel Hill, along with Mr. Taylor, are the people that Iota Phi Theta needs to lead the organization in the next period of time that we're facing. And so I wish you well, my brother. You know, I'm a Delta. I can't be in Iota business, but you know I got your back. Whatever you need, the Deltas are there ready to make sure that our people are able to carry the banner forward.
Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you who provided endorsements for Brother Hill. And now for all of you, the candidate that is for the International Grand Vice Polaris, Brother Donyel Hill.
Wow, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone coming together. I promise you guys, I did not pay these people to say this, but it's good to hear what and how people feel about you. To each one of my Fridays and sorors, my mom, Pastor Mike, thank you so much. To our team, I just want to say thank you. And to my running mate, Mr. Taylor, we've known each other for almost 20 years, and we've been kind of running this race together and separate, but I cannot, I'd be remiss. I couldn't be in this position if I didn't get that phone call back in July asking me to be his running mate. I don't have a lot to say, but really my thank yous are really my big piece of what I want to talk about. Iota Phi Theta has meant so much to me in the last 20 plus years. I remember there's a gentleman who went on to be with the Lord, but I look at my paternal father, our brother Herbert Berry. He meant so much to me in galvanizing my thought processes to become a part of this family. And here we are today. And so I know he's godly proud. My message would be to our brothers. When you look at the stars, I had to think about which one would really resonate with me. And I would say brotherhood. Brotherhood is so important to me. I've gotten an opportunity to meet so many brothers across the country since being a part of this great organization. And to that end, I'm appreciative of it. But brothers, as our theme says, now is the time. We need each and every one of you all to roll up your sleeves and say, okay, I want to work hard for Iota. We got to continue to build this tradition and not rest upon it. For so long, we have been going and doing so many different things, but here's the time where we can galvanize together to ensure that we are leaving a legacy for our families, for our sons, for our uncles, for our nephews, for anybody who's interested in our organization. And so brothers, let's get the work done. We definitely can do it, but we need your help. As we run for these positions, I don't want you to think that it's us and you all. We need your help. While we're the leadership, we definitely need your help to be able to run this race because we can't do it alone. Now is the time. The time is now to work the vision. We need your support, and we thank you for joining us and being on this journey for us for the next 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on now to endorsements for Brother Carl Taylor, candidate for International Grand Polaris of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. So first, I will go through the list of endorsement names, and then we will go through each one, just as we just did for Brother Taylor. So we will have Dana Chapman, Mom, affectionately, Brother Raphael Taylor, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Wendell Butler, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, Letitia Beal, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Dr. Tosin, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So first, Dana Chapman.
Evening, everyone. This is a great event. I'm Brother Carl Taylor's bonus mom, affectionately known as Mother with a V, and I'm proudly supporting my son Carl in this election. You know, a mother recognizes her son's potential early in life, and I watched him early on accomplish so much, even through difficulties. He was big brother to two younger brothers who were completely different, and he was told to figure it out, and he did. I have not only watched Carl, but I was under his leadership in military family readiness and youth ministries, where his caring and professionalism and decisiveness was a pleasure to work with. I am so proud of your devotion, Carl, to build up and to support the world around you. All the best, son. Your contributions are inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. Now on to Raphael Taylor, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Good evening, all. My name is Raphael Taylor. I'm an active member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Carl and I have been close friends for a number of years, since our days at Western Maryland College. We've done some singing on a lot of different groups. We've had a lot of different challenges in life that we've kind of overcome. I endorse your brother, Carl Taylor, for the position of International Grand Polaris of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. He offers impeccable and innovative leadership with personal attention to care and accountability to moving your fine organization forward. As our country's national elections loom, as Black and brown people of color, there is an inherent charge for us to exercise our rights to vote for change in our democracy, as well as the leadership in our community organizations. I wish Taylor and Hill much success on the campaign trail. I'll be praying for you guys. And you know, I'm here, Carl, if you need me. As I close in Latin, I part with this: Nunc est tempus, translates now is the time. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you so much for your comments. Now on to Brother Wendell Butler, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wendell Butler. I am Brother Carl Taylor's line brother. So he and I have had a very, very unique relationship over the past 20 plus years together. And you know, I have the opportunity or perspective of knowing who Carl was before the bow and shield for our fraternity, and you know, have an opportunity to see who he is and what he has grown into up until this point. And you know, being a part of his family, you know, over these past 20 years, I have been mightily blessed. You know, being a young brother coming from the South and moving up to Baltimore, Maryland to go to college, and you know, not really knowing and experiencing those things and being angry. And you know, Carl, and just who he was able to, you know, really speak life and speak words into me that helped me grow as an individual. And that's really the leadership that really resonates with me as we grow in our fraternity and as we thrust individuals into positions that will lead us into this next phase of Iota. And I humbly, proudly, and just with such love and expectation endorse Brother Carl for International Grand Polaris of our beloved Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, and Brother Hill. I don't know Brother Hill very well, but you know, I'm glad this evening that he mentioned Brother Pert. When Carl and I were online together and pledging, we were able to meet him, and the impression that he gave to us was everlasting. And when I think of Brother Pert, and then I think of in what Carl is, They're very similar. Brother Pert to me was a bridge, and I see Carl as a bridge. He's an individual that, much like a bridge that we travel on, it leads us in the direction or the path, the purpose that we are headed towards. And that's what Carl is. He has that leadership ability to lead us foundationally and securely to our path to destination. He's an individual like a bridge that connects where you came from to where you're going, connects our past with our present and into our future. And I know that with Carl at the helm and with Brother Hill there, that we are in great hands with that. Carl in himself is an individual who didn't seek out to be a leader. He's an individual that sought out to make a difference. He's a person that doesn't care about titles and roles. He cares about the end result, the goal at hand, and how we can better get to that point. So with that said, Carl, I love you, man. My LB. I look forward to all of the great things that you're going to do and accomplish. And I wish you and Brother Hill success and best wishes as you embark on this journey.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments, Brother Butler. Now on to Letitia Beal, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Letitia Beal, a proud active member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. I have known Carl since we were teenagers in high school at the Baltimore City College. So I've watched him grow. I'm so proud that he would even embark upon wanting to be the International Grand Polarius of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. It's an honor that he even asked me to endorse him because I know this is a big thing, and the fact that he's willing to take that on, and I know he can handle it. He's the type that if he wants it, he goes and gets it, whatever he has to do to get to it, as long as the logistics are in order, right, Carl? So I'm proud of him, and I'm proud to be endorsing him and his running mate, Mr. Hill. So anything you guys need from us or from me, you can call. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comments. And moving on, I believe Dr. Tosin is not available currently, so we will have Brother Brandon Reese speak to provide an endorsement from Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Brandon Reese. I had the pleasure of joining this glorious fraternity at the illustrious Howard University, that is the authentic Alpha Tau chapter. I'm going to say that with my chest. I had the pleasure and the honor of working with Brother Taylor as an assistant state director when I lived in Washington, D.C. Brother Taylor is not like every brother. He's very tenacious. He says something, he does it. He follows through with it 100%. And there's not a lot of people in your lifetime that you actually can say that to. A lot of people go 45%, they go 65%, but Brother Taylor and Iota's on this call will go 55, 100,000% at all times. And that's very, very rare, not only in this fraternity, but just in general. A lot of people aren't as genuine as he is. And a lot of people don't lead. He leads with you. He doesn't necessarily pull you along. He's right with you in the trenches and just a person that when he told me that he was running for this position, I looked at him, I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So the brothers on here know me very well. I don't work with everybody. I don't, co-sign my work. I don't co-sign anybody. I only co-sign people and brothers that are authentic, that are very real, and have the opportunity to take not only this organization, but his chapter, his state, his region to the next level. And it's one of the beautiful things about Brother Taylor is that he understands both sides of the field. The brothers will know that you have to have an understanding of the undergraduate body and the graduate body before you understand the entire holistic part of the organization. And I believe every organization is like that to some degree. And I think with these understandings, not only, I'm not going to get started on Brother Hill, because that's my man too. But I'm just proud of these guys. I'm proud of Brother Taylor for being a brother that he is and having tenacity to lead as he will and for the next 4 years.
All right.
Thank you so much to each of those who have provided endorsements for Brother Taylor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Brother Carl Taylor, candidate for International Grand Polaris of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated.
So thank you so much. So greetings to all my esteemed fraternity brothers, to all the fratters and sorors, and to all the Iota sweethearts and our family and friends. Thanks for all the heartfelt endorsements, and I certainly truly appreciate it. Now is the time. Re-engaging our stars is going to be our theme for this campaign. So it actually embodies two powerful concepts: action now. I'll say it again, action now, while still holding on to our fundamental principles, our 5 stars. So over the next few months, we will roll out our platform to demonstrate to everyone how we will lead IOTA and the world. So again, thanks for your support, and we ready.
All right, thank you, Brother Taylor. Now we come to the point in the agenda where I have the opportunity to ask the candidates a few questions that will enable you all to know a little bit more about them. So we will kick this off. First, I'm going to ask a very fundamental question, and that is going to be to both candidates. And we're going to begin with Brother Hill. If you could answer this question, why do you love I-Phi?
I think that, thank you for the question. I probably would say, why wouldn't I love I-Phi? Coming into the organization, at Coppin State back at that time, we didn't get the love, that I guess the other organizations did. And that was something I was yearning for. I wanted to be a part of something that was different, that everybody couldn't be a part of, because IOTA is not for everybody, and everybody's not for IOTA. And so coming into the organization, again, I have to tip my hat off to Brother Herbert Berry. And then I got to throw in, of course, Kevin Bennett, working with him, since the beginning of time. And of course, Alpha Chapter, without question. They put something in me. My dean, Larry Owens, he instilled something in me over 20 years ago that makes me still love the organization. I love it because it loves me. It gave me an opportunity. It gave me a chance. And I believe that if you give us a chance, we'll give that love right back to you. I-Phi is about the love. It's about the brotherhood. I've met so many brothers across this country that has taken me on as a big brother, as a little brother, as a mentor, as a mentee. And it's just unparalleled to anything else that I've ever been a part of. And so that's why I love I-Phi. I love I-Phi because of the brothers.
Excellent. Thank you. Brother Taylor, same question to you. Why do you love I-Phi?
So this great organization was introduced to me by what wound up being the assistant dean of, or assistant intake director when I came in back in 2000. I didn't come into I didn't go to college to join a fraternity, because I used to tell them all the time, I have family and friends I could lend to you. I don't need extra. But I had the opportunity, actually, interestingly enough, Brother Larry Owens actually came up to McDaniel or Western Maryland College at the time, and he actually wound up being Hill's, dean. But he came up to the campus and he introduced IOTA in a different way, and that gave me a different vibe, and it gave me when he spoke about 12 brown brothers, and when he spoke about the mission and the goals, and it spoke to me in a certain way that I really can't articulate, to the point that we didn't become an official chapter at McDaniel College, but we were still, IOTA became the first historically Black fraternity to be recognized on that campus. So we were, even though we didn't become a chapter, we were still the first. But my heart has always been in there. And I, like some of the other brothers that may be on the call, had a season where I wasn't as active. But there was something about the Herbert Pert Berries of the world that he still kept his hand out to me. And throughout the years, it's interesting how these brothers have influenced us. So because of that experience, I carry them on my I stand on their shoulders. Those brothers have put something in me that I can't explain, but the only thing I can do is show it in my actions and my love for this great organization.
Thank you so much. I'm going to jump to another question about your leadership. In terms of being a leader, what characteristics do you think are important for a leader to possess in order to be successful? And Brother Taylor, I'm going to begin with you.
You have to have vision, you have to have purpose, you have to have a goal, you have to be disciplined and determined. I could go on. And I also will say that leadership is not a position, it's an action. You have so many people out here or in positions, whether it be in your workforce or in organizations that are out here clout chasing. They are about trying to get recognition for themselves. I am a servant leader. And so being a servant leader means that I need to put the goals of the organization, or in this case, the brothers, at the forefront of what we do. A lot of times those people are ignored, but those are our greatest resource. So those 5 that I listed are just a few of the things that would describe what a leader would need.
Excellent. Brother Hill.
I would probably say leadership is integrity, is a man of great wisdom, someone who walks the walk and talks the talk, who is able to put up so they don't have to shut up. Someone who is secure with who they are, where they don't have to, as Brother Taylor said, clout chase, but someone who says, well, let me just do the work. I don't need the title. I don't need the position. Let me do the work. And I can emphatically say in this organization, I'll be very honest, at one point, I wanted a position. I wanted a title because it was good being in leadership. But after so many years being in the organization, I'm finding the greatest victory that I get is when I'm behind the scenes, when I'm up all night, when I'm traveling here, there, and everywhere, when I'm taking phone calls, when I'm doing the work, when I'm trying to get my hands in the trenches so that we can get the work done. That's what leadership is, that we're just doing the work.
Thank you. Now, I've known both of you for a period of time, myself having been an Iota sweetheart for close to 30 years. So prior to you guys becoming Brothers of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, what do you think has changed since then? Since you became brothers in the year 2000, for what's worked well, what hasn't, and how does that impact or tie into the 5 stars of your campaign? And I'm going to start with you, Brother Taylor.
So what's changed is that there's certain growing pains that happen over the years. If you're a person or you grow up in a family, people grow up and priorities change. And so as we come into 57 years, obviously the organization is going to change, and change is actually good. And so we've navigated the fraternity. The brothers have gotten older, more wise, and sometimes what used to work years ago no longer is going to work for another 57 plus years. So that's the new vision that Brother Hill and I are offering. The idea to take the good of what we've done all these years and just enhance that and grow it and get us to a place where we are sustainable beyond our widest imaginations, to be able to get to the next level and just expand IOTA. So when it was a time, Miss Ruth, when people would say, I've never seen an IOTA. What's an IOTA? What are they doing? So slowly but surely, we are changing that narrative. And I could show to you a list of things that come to me in the night, of things, ideas, and ways in which we can enhance this great organization. So it certainly has changed, and it's, I think, just in terms of growing up in any Divine Nine organization, you're going to notice strengths and weaknesses. And so we plan to use our campaign and the principles of this organization to meld them together, but move them forward in a positive direction that just where I feel like any IOTA brother will be happy to call themselves an IOTA.
Thank you so much. Brother Hill.
Can you repeat the question? I want to make sure I answer it correctly.
Sure. Having become a brother in the year 2000, what do you think has changed over time in terms of what may have worked well, where you think there's some opportunities to improve, and
Okay.
how does that tie into the campaign's 5 stars?
Certainly. The first thing I think about is we had a phone call with a brother and they shared this with us. And as I've been thinking about this time coming up, I've shared that sentiment. I think what has changed about our organization is the authenticity of the love that we have for IOTA. As I look across the country, you know, we've gotten kind of into that bottleneck hole where it's kind of I, me, you know, in terms of leadership. And I think while it can be good, it also can be detrimental because of the state that the world is in now, with COVID, with unemployment, with Black men dying. You know, the morale, you know, has kind of fallen from, I think, the hands of our organization. We still striving and we still got a long way to go. But I think that when we coined the phrase "now is the time," we didn't realize that this is the kind of things that we know that is the time that there has to be a change. You know, we've had great leadership, but now it's time to move in a different direction. So the things have changed and the momentum has gotten greater. You know, we've seen brothers that have come in and they've been excited about what we're doing, but we got to go to the next level. We can't stay, you know, building a tradition. Let's get to the next tradition that we have to build. We have to see that there is something greater. I was saddened, Ruth Ann, and the people that are listening. I saw a post just yesterday that a brother said that if we don't get it together, IOTA is going to be dead in 2022. That hurt me to my heart, because this was from a brother. So Carl Taylor, we got some work to do, because if our administration is till 2025, we can't die in this now. We got a long way to go. So we have to re-engage the stars. Our stars are what's going to keep us and what's going to move us to the place we need to go in IOTA Phi Theta.
Thank you so much. And now, as we move on, a little question, just a fun question in terms of things that you guys like to do. So tell me a little bit about your hobbies. So Brother Hill, I know I've been at events. I ride a motorcycle. I've seen you go by on your bike, and I'm like, yes. All right, so tell me a little bit about your hobbies, sir.
Whoa, wasn't expecting that one. Hobbies. Well, I guess if I had to say now, I love to travel. I am learning that the world is so much bigger than Baltimore, Maryland. I've relocated twice for career purposes, and I'm just so enamored about all the things that are out there. Every year, I always take a trip for my birthday, and I always try to go out of the country. Last year, we went to Dubai, Amsterdam, and Paris. Never been before. And it was phenomenal. It was like, this is what life looks like outside of Baltimore. I'm learning how to like quiet time. I'm enjoying peace. You know, IOTA, one of the things that IOTA did, you know, when I was younger in my 20s, you know, I was going, Ruth Ann, you know, whenever there was a regional meeting, a local meeting, a party, a national meeting, guess what? You can see Brother Hill was there serving in 2-3 administrations. We're always on the road. We're always moving. So now at this stage in my life, I enjoy shutting the computer down. I enjoy turning the phone off and just having peace, you know, keeping my peace, because my peace is what centers me. My peace is what helps me to keep moving day to day. And my peace, Brother Reese, what helps me not to have gray hair. Okay. That's the inside joke. So yeah, those are my hobbies, honestly.
All right, thank you. Brother Taylor, we've heard about your military experience. Outside the military, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm the eldest brother of 5 sisters and 2 brothers. And you know, I have family members, like I mentioned earlier, I could lend to you guys. So I spend a lot of time with my family and my friends. I actually enjoy singing. You know, I actually, my buddy Raphael was on the, spoke earlier. He and I were in a group together back in the day called Swerve, Don't Hate. We actually got an opportunity to sing at the Apollo in New York, and we didn't get booed. So y'all need to understand, that's recognized, that's real. And then I actually enjoy service. It's crazy enough, people who know me And actually, because I had that gap of time when I wasn't doing IOTA stuff, I have energy to make up for. So while Hill was going, I had taken like a hiatus to some degree. So now I enjoy service, just doing events with the brothers, a good old fish fry or a crab feast. I'm here for it.
Great. And now we've heard a little bit about you. How do you apply that to becoming the International Grand Polaris? So, Brother Taylor, what would you do in terms of your skill set, your professional career, your IOTA career? How do you think that positions you to become the next International Grand Polaris of IOTA Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated?
Yes, that's actually a great question. So I represent 5 different industries in terms of my career. I had no idea. There's a song that goes that God is ordering your steps. And I have worked for the American Red Cross, the nonprofit. I worked for a staffing agency, for profit. I worked in academia, working at Morgan State University. I've worked obviously in the military, and I've also now currently work in the federal government. Those things uniquely set me up for success to build and to grow relationships. Because a lot of times, in terms of moving the fraternity or getting things done in fraternity, all it takes is a phone call to engage that brother. So I bring these skill sets to bear. That's 20 some odd years of operational experiences. You're talking about step shows, and you're talking about events, organizing, planning, logistics. All those things come together. And I see things, how sometimes you can be an architect and you can maybe see the design before you write it down or build it. I can see operational things and visionary things happening when I look and I write it down. And so I see myself being able to take all those skill sets and bring them to bear for the organization that I love.
Great. Okay. And lastly, as an IOTA sweetheart, because I'd be remiss if I didn't answer this question, and I would like to know, how do you envision the relationship between the Brothers of IOTA Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated and IOTA Sweethearts Incorporated moving forward?
So the good thing about that is that it's already in the DNA of who we are. I was very excited when Brother Hill mentioned that he had asked you to come on board to be our moderator for this evening. You are one of very few people that we put in high regard, mainly because you hold those same principles of what IOTA Sweetheart is supposed to be. I also had the privilege of meeting our eternal sweetheart, Miss Audrey Brooks, God rest her soul. And she didn't take no mess. She was always about supporting the brothers and encouraging them, but she also knew the way in which to do it. And I think you embodied that. And I also know several other sweethearts that do that. And so what I would simply do is embody and ensure that same relationship that was built many, many years ago when Miss Audrey Brooks helped our founders to organize and help our fraternity, that relationship will maintain and be sustained. And I plan, should I become the next International Grand Polaris, to link our ISI, our IOTA, the IOTA fraternity, and our National IOTA Foundation together, and we will work simultaneously to ensure success of this great organization.
Thank you. Really appreciate that and look forward to any partnership. Brother Hill, I'll ask you the same question. While you're on the same slate, sometimes the responses could be slightly different. So I'd like to ask you the same question in terms of your vision for the relationship between IOTA Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated and ISI.
Thank you for that question. It's interesting because Carl and I, we didn't really talk about it, but I absolutely share his same sentiments. There's something about when we came in the fold about the IOTA Sweetheart that helped us to understand that, behind every good man, there is a woman there in front of us, beside us, next to us, there helping us. I really had the privilege of meeting and getting to know the late Miss Audrey Brooks. We traveled to meetings together. She was a humdinger, as my grandmother used to say. Listen, she was snap-witted. She could get down and dirty with the brothers. But they had nothing but the utmost respect for her. And watching that, it modeled what she did in her early years at Morgan State University in getting us to where we are today. And so, brothers, we can't lose and we can't forget our history just as well as we celebrate our founders. You know, that is something that we have to do. We have to continue to celebrate who she is, because she was the one who helped our founders to get where we are. So we do have brothers that, you know, really don't care for the sweethearts. There are some brothers who don't even understand that concept. But because Brother Taylor and I, we do, we're going to find ways to infuse the two relationships. Now, do we have a plan? We don't have a plan, but what I tell you, we do have desire to bring the two together. So brothers, I'm making the plea for you. Again, we need you to roll up your sleeves and help us. We don't have all the answers. We're just the ones that's going to be at the helm. But if you have ideas, suggestions, and recommendations about how to do this, sweethearts, Ruth Ann, when you leave this call, take it back to the sweethearts. Listen, they want to. This is something that we want to do. And if there are brothers who don't like it, well, you know, we're going to have to work a way where it's a win-win, but we definitely are going to infuse the two so that we can get that brown and gold love back to where it was so long ago, but yet still moving forward in this new era.
Thank you so much. Appreciate those comments. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a brief interlude of music before going on to the next agenda item, in which we will have opportunity for questions to come through Facebook and through the chat. So, DJ Suave.
We're going to Baltimore. Okay.
Slide to the left, slide to the right. Hold up, shorty, wait a minute, can I?
Let's go to Baltimore real quick.
Slide to the right. Hold up, shorty, wait a minute, can I?
From Baltimore. Let's do it.
You trying to get pumped with what? You trying to get pumped with what? Baltimore City. Baltimore City. Baltimore City.
Okay, Brother Suave.
Life is real messed up right now. My life. You know what? I'm gonna go to the club and I'm gonna get off my chest. I'm gonna dance my pain away. I got problems. Dance my pain away. I got problems. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now listen to my story. Bill collectors on me. Have to file bankruptcy. Need some help from somebody. Now the bills are stacking up. I'm desperate to make a buck. I played the lottery today. Won't you please wish me luck? I'm gonna dance my pain away. I got problems. Dance my pain away. I got problems. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah.
All right. Thank you, DJ Suave. I was jamming. That's my song. And I'm from New Jersey.
It's all right.
All right. Next, we're going to go on to questions that have come from the audience. And we have a few that have come in. So I will read those for you out to the candidates. So Brother Hill and Brother Taylor, when you win, should that be enough for inactive brothers to become financial and active? And Brother Taylor, if you could begin to address that question, please.
You said, should we, when we win, is that going to be enough for
inactive brothers to become financial and active? So just you winning alone, is that enough for brothers to become active, financial?
No, well, listen, we want all hands on deck. So, but we understand brothers have they have families, wives, and situations, and so we want all hands on deck. So no, it's not just enough to be financial, but we will take the coin and we will put it in the right area. But it is important that if you can give, but then also if you can provide some type of service to the organization, that would be ideal.
Okay, thank you. And Brother Hill, same question, but is winning enough to get those brothers to become active?
Absolutely not. Winning, that's all.
DJ
Suave. DJ Suave. Miss Page, go ahead, Miss Page. Sorry about that.
Yes, no problem. Listen, we're going to be resilient. We're going to handle those interruptions. No problem. That's what we do. Brother Hill, again, regarding
So absolutely not. That is just the beginning. That's almost, winning is almost the crossing. You know, everybody always says the work now begins. And so while, you know, it's great that, you know, we are taking on this helm, you know, again, I can't stress it. If you didn't hear anything else to say, brothers, we need your help. You know, I would even venture to say those brothers that are inactive, those brothers that are not financial. One of the things that Brother Pert taught me was like, it wasn't really, although we need it, be clear, we need the money. It's not about the money. Don't walk away or say that, hey, I don't want to be a part of IOTA because I can't pay. Guess what? You can help in service. There's so much that needs to be done now. And we need people to roll up their sleeve and say, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to help. The money is important because we can't do this thing without your dues and your intake and, you know, other streams of income that Brother Taylor and I are looking at. But we want the brotherhood. In order for us to get the morale back, in order for us to get the love back, we need the brotherhood, because now is the time. IOTA is in a whole new different space than when Brother Taylor and I came in. And so we want to indoctrinate those brothers with the good that's happening. You know, while there are some things that are challenged, the good, you know, there's so much evil, there's so many backbiting and malicious and malice things out there. We want to celebrate what we're doing now for the good. And so, yes, brothers, we need you. Come join the campaign, join IOTA Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, re-indoctrinate yourself in what it is that we're doing as we engage our stars, re-engage our stars, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And what is it, though, about your campaign that will allow you or enable you to engage those brothers who are inactive? Brother Taylor.
So we are uniquely qualified, mainly because I think because of our age group that we're in, we're able to still recognize what's happening at the undergraduate level, and we're also able to still understand some of our more senior brothers. So I think we're right in that sweet spot in terms of understanding the you know, where we came from, but also knowing what happens in the future. So that is really what I think. And then we've also listened. It's important, you know, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So we've listened to the brothers, and we've crafted a platform that details that and helps them understand and help them get buy-in. A lot of times, the last point I'll make is that a lot of times when you're trying to move something forward or trying to make a change, people forget about getting buy-in or letting people know how they will benefit from being a part of the team. So that's what we offer. We will go to all the brothers, all the hearts, and we're going to say, what role can you play in this journey? And how can we support you in your personal endeavors as we move everybody along so that everybody wins? My father, well, I actually had a friend of mine that says there's only 2 options in this world. Either you win or you win. So that means we don't have a failure is not anywhere in the equation. We're going to win.
That's it.
All right. Brother Hill, I'm going to give you another question here.
Certainly.
What do you think as a leader is your biggest weakness?
I would probably say my greatest weakness as a leader is sometimes I can get tunnel vision when it's time to do the work. So if there's a task at hand, you know, I'm about, let's get it done, you know, for so long. And I heard someone say it, you know, well, we're just waiting for the brothers to do blah, 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 blah. Well, you know, we can't wait. You know, our theme is now is the time. And so, you know, sometimes I get that tunnel vision, and that is not to suggest that I am not open to ideas, suggestions, and recommendations, but, you know, we have the mantle. We gotta take up. We gotta take up this mantle, and we gotta move with it. One of the things that I appreciate about Brother Taylor, he knows how to pull my coattail. I'm the one that got all of the thoughts and the whatever. He's the slow one, and he's the paced one. He will pace himself and say, well, let's think about this a little bit more, Brother Hill, or what about we consider this? And so that's what really balances out from my challenges as a leader. But daily, I'm getting better.
All right, thank you so much. And Brother Taylor, in terms of the administration, what do you think this organization looks like in 4 years?
Oh my gosh. A whole new vibe. Like if you could see what's in my visionary eyesight, it's just, so what did the organization look like? It looks like more brothers. It looks like more proud brothers. It looks like sweethearts with us on hand in hand. It looks like funding coming through from sponsorships. We're hitting every avenue there is to try to bring in revenue. NFL, the military, corporate, Fortune 500 companies, but it's out there. And we just need to do a better job of bringing it in. So when I say to you that these next 4 years, in spite of a pandemic, because for all my Christians out there, we also understand that none of this catches God by surprise. So even in spite of that, we will navigate, we will adjust fire, as we say in the military, and we're going to make this thing happen. So it's hard for me to kind of put it into words, but just a new iota.
Thank you.
Can I piggyback off of that, Ruth Ann?
Certainly, yes.
When you say, what does it look like in the next 4 years? Brother Taylor, I'm not sure if you were there, but any brothers that are watching on Facebook Live or anybody that's here, when I think about IOTA in 4 years, I think about the Black Stallion. Very last time we were at the Black Stallion. The Black Stallion, that was something that, was done years ago, decades ago. And I had the opportunity and privilege to be a part of that, I think, during Larry Frazier's administration. And if you've ever been to the Black Stallion, and brothers, if you have not, stay around a little while longer because we may go back. There was nothing but that whole family reunion love there. It was like everything was good with the world. I mean, we had so many people who were connecting with each other, reconnecting, brothers learning how to step, eating, the hearts were there, helping and serving and just being a part of the fold. That's what I see, because you can party, you can have a good time when the home is taken care of. When you go on vacation, you kind of clean the house and you make sure that the family is good and you can go away and have a good time. That's what IOTA looks like in 4 years. And we don't have to wait for those 4 years. As we progressively do this year by year by year, we are definitely looking forward to it just getting better, even after year number 8, Brother Taylor. I mean, who says we can't run twice?
And Brother Taylor, how do you think that your platform helps you get there? Right? So that's your vision of where you plan to be and what it looks like in 4 years. How does the platform get you there?
So the platform gets us there because it's well thought out. We didn't, and also what people will see once they see our website is that we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Our founders already did it. When we instituted our 5 stars, all we simply did was build a platform that was tied to the stars. And so when you have that firm foundation, it's a great position to start from to build. And so what we also plan on doing is that Brother Hill and I are also keenly aware of what's going on internally in the fraternity. So the ideas that we present that's a part of the platform will not disrupt the good things that we're doing. It's going to enhance. And so that's another piece of it that is sometimes if you think you've taken somebody from out the street, they don't understand what's going on. No, I've been in the trenches. And so I've been state director and you are running your area as if you were a regional Polaris, and you know what's happening at these undergraduate chapters. You know what's happening with recruitment at the graduate level. So we have a plan that's going to sustain us and get us to the next level.
Thank you so much, Brother Taylor. And now, having been around for some time, right, IOTA has its own unique culture. Could you please advise, how would you describe the fraternity's culture and how would it be enhanced under your leadership?
Is that for me?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I'm actually going to give Brother Taylor Taylor, and then Brother Hill will give you an opportunity to respond as well. I know culture is a big question with Iota Phi Theta.
Yeah. Listen, I heard a brother say a long time ago, either you love iotas or you don't know us. Okay. So we realize that we have quite a few diverse brothers in this organization. And so the culture is that of where we need to be able to embrace the good parts of our culture, but also be willing to embrace the change that's going to get us to the next level. And also, we have a lot of brothers that are individuals and they kind of operate in their own space, because once you became an iota, it didn't change your personality. If you had one particular way you were, it just more so enhanced who you were. So what the plan of the action for the culture that we have is to ensure that we pull the good parts of the culture, take that out, and be able to use that to get us to the next level.
Thank you so much. Brother Hill, same question.
I believe that Brother Taylor, he was writing that the culture is so diverse in our organization. So the thing that you can do is allow Iota Phi Theta to be that melting pot for the different backgrounds and the different cultures of the brothers. We have to cultivate that, to answer the question. We have to cultivate what we have, and we cultivate that by putting brothers in position. Empowering brothers to do the work that we're doing, show them how to do the work, allow them to fail. You know, we have a misconception about those who are at the leadership level, that we have all the answers. We don't have all of the answers. That's why we need the brotherhood to help us, so we can understand, well, what's your culture? How do you see what it is that we're doing? We need you to come to the meetings, and we need your input, and we need your feedback. We don't need you to just stay in your silos and, bleed on other people. But come on, let's come together. Let's figure out how we can do that. And so when you bring your culture with my culture, Mr. Taylor's culture, then we can figure out, well, where's the melting pot? Where's the win-win? I believe the culture that we have can create a win-win for all brothers. You can say, well, we don't like that, but they're doing one hell of a job. So it just depends on, who's willing to work. The culture always goes back to those who are willing to work.
All right, well, I thank you both so much for all of your responses and into these questions. It's been greatly appreciated, and hopefully those listening have learned a little more about you, your platform, you personally. So once again, much appreciated for you responding to each of the questions this evening. Now I'm going to move on in the agenda and introduce Brother Earl Schaefer, who is the social media director for the campaign, and Brother Delvon Jackson, who is the assistant social media director for the campaign. And as mentioned previously, we're going to give you an opportunity to learn more about where you can find additional information. So I'll turn it over to Brother Earl Schaefer.
Greetings and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, all over the face of the globe. My name is Earl Schaefer Jr., and I'm the social media director for the Taylor Hill campaign for International Grand Polaris and International Grand Vice Polaris of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. First, I'd like to acknowledge our wonderful moderator, Ms. Ruth Ann Page. Thank you so much for all you continue to do for Iota. Thank you for continuing to make us better, the hostess with the mostest. We do appreciate you. Acknowledging the clergy in the house, our MPHC peers. Thank you guys so much for all you have done and said regarding our candidates. And as for the social media platforms, you can find everything that you need to know regarding the Taylor Hill campaign on Facebook and Instagram at Taylor Hill for Iota, at Taylor Hill for Iota. Why don't you go on there, smash that like button, smash those hearts, follow us on social media. That is going to be where you'll find all the breaking news right at your fingertips. Also, please be certain to check out our website, www.th1963.org, where you can find everything you need to know about the Taylor Hill campaign. We appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Zoom meeting with us, and we hope that you have a wonderful evening. Once again, my name is Earl Schaefer Jr., social media director for Taylor Hill for Iota. Have a blessed day, a blessed evening. Afi Ole.
Thank you so much, Brother Schaefer. Now we'll have Brother Brandon Van Hook, the technology manager for the campaign. If you could please showcase the website and its location.
Good evening. Thank you for that intro, Miss Ruth Ann Page. I want to say out to all my brothers that's watching on Facebook Live. I wanted to take the opportunity to thank Brother Hill and Brother Taylor for this opportunity to build their platform and build their vision of this website. And give me 1 second, I can share my screen and then we can all see it together. Okay, Miss Ruth Ann Page, let me know when I can begin.
May begin, sir.
Okay, as you can see, this is the home page. We have our video here playing in the background. And this is countdown to the election day, countdown to we re-engaging our stars. And as my brother Earl Schaefer said, these are our Facebook and Instagram links. If you click these, they automatically go to our different social media pages, as well as our emails. Go to our About Us page where you can see Brother Hill and Brother Taylor. Each Learn More page goes to their individual pages. You can click through and then read. We have our 5 stars that actually describe our first candidate here for International Grand Polaris, Brother Taylor. We go to Brother Hill's page. You will see the exact same thing. His 5 stars. We go back to Brother Taylor's page, and you want to click Learn More. Both of their resumes actually pop up. You can scroll through and read that as you wish. Go to Brother Hill's page, same exact thing. Click the pop-up. His fraternal resume will pop up. You will see both of their many qualifications. We scroll all the way down. You can see where they crossed, what they are doing in their current chapters. And if you would like to keep in contact with both of the candidates, we have a contact page right here. And you can also sign up for their newsletter. We go to the campaign staff. You can see our brother Josiah Thornton. He is our chief of staff. And then you can see the rest of our campaign team here. You scroll over, their name pops up as well as their position within the campaign. We go to the campaign events. This will be the campaign events tour, their listening tour. This will be updated more frequently as we get more dates locked in. We will have to get with brother chief of staff. Go ahead and get us those dates. We can go ahead and lock those in. You can scroll over, click the dates, and you can actually see when they'll be within the region, verified by either the Eastern region, Southern, Midwest, and so on and so forth. We go to their platform, and as Brother Hill and Brother Taylor had already previously stated, their platform actually pops up on the website. We actually see all of our 5 stars, and their platform actually comes up. The journey page is still being constructed, and we still have the stay connected. As I said, if you would like to stay connected with them, we have a page for that. And I would like to say thank you again. My name is Brother Brandon Van Hook. I am the technology manager for the Taylor Hill campaign. And I love you all. Ow, and have a good night.
Thank you, Brother Van Hook. Great walkthrough. Site looks fabulous. And now I believe there is a giveaway that we're going to discuss.
So here's how this is going to work. So we have $25 gift cards that we will send to anybody in the chat, so that can answer maybe any of the questions. So Miss Ruth, there were some questions that you gave earlier to the candidate, to Brother Hill and myself. I'm curious if someone can tell us what is the sorority of Brother Hill's mom?
Now, Brother Taylor, you're talking about the brothers in the Zoom or on the Facebook Live?
Well, wherever, like, let's see if so if we have people that's there, and I'm looking at the chat, and I know Brother Thornton is taking a look at the folks on there. Okay, I see Brother Jermaine's good gave an answer. Okay, all right, that is the correct answer. Okay, so we're gonna go with whoever gave the first answer. I see you, Wendell. But brother,
I knew that. So we do actually have people that are loading up on the Facebook. They're jumping in very quickly. So I'm not sure how do you want to handle that. Brother Taylor, did we lose him?
It said it had quit unexpectedly, so I'm not sure who did it bring everybody else back in.
We're here. I think it was you. We're still here. Now,
right.
Now, I was saying to you, I said that we were having a lot of people get the feed in on the Facebook Live. So maybe what we could do is we could do something. Well, actually, on the Facebook Live, Brother Terrence Fisher.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So listen. So now, because we got the receipt, so we saw Terrence, and I saw so Terrence Fisher. Then I also saw Brother Good. Right.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. I got that one. Okay. Can somebody tell me what was the place that I said that I sang at with my my good friend Raphael Taylor? Okay, Van Hook said to Apollo. Okay. Okay.
Okay, nobody on the Facebook Live said anything.
Okay. Look, Roger was actually first. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks for this call.
Okay, so check this out. Can someone tell, they say Facebook is delayed. If Facebook is delayed, we will take whoever is the first one that's posted in.
So, brother Brandon Mincy.
Okay.
He was the first one to pop up.
Okay. Thank you on that. And so the last question before we spend up all of our money, can someone tell us what is the year that Brother Hill and I both crossed? Roger, you know the answer. You can't answer these.
They went in on that.
My tuition is due.
We should disqualify some people. So Roger was the first one.
The campaign team should have been just kind of disqualified. But
what about anybody on Facebook got that one?
Well, I would say I guess the first person that got it that's not on the campaign was Brother Dominic Scott. He said 2000.
Okay. Okay. All right, brothers. So we have your information. So the people, those who got the correct answers, what we're going to do is we're going to send you something. We'll be up to you. We'll Cash App it or send it to you in the mail, however you want it.
Well, can we do this? As you guys saw the website, if you go to the Stay Connected with Us, we're trying to build our bandwidth, and so there are things that we're going to be physically sending to you. So if you would go to the last page and input all of your information, so those who won today, we hope that you will be the groundbreakers and go to the website and put in all of your information, and that will go into a database. And so you'll be the first to get up-to-date information, our tour dates, other virtual things that were happening. Those persons that are on Facebook, if you want to watch what we're doing, please make sure that you go and you stay connected with us to the last page of our website where it says stay connected and input your information. We definitely would appreciate it.
All right. So Brother Van Hook, can you give that website one more time for the people?
Yes, sir, Brother Taylor. That is, actually not IU, I'm sorry. th1963.org, www.th1963.org.
All right. So are we, is Mr. Ruthan still around, or because we
Of
wrapping
course,
up?
I am still here.
All right, we wrapping up.
All right. Wonderful. So everybody, thank you so much. Congratulations to the winners of the giveaway. And I would like to also just say, I hope that I have served you well as the moderator for this evening's event. I again appreciate the Taylor Hill campaign for inviting me to participate. And we will now close out with closing remarks from the candidates for International Grand Polaris and International Grand Vice Polaris of Iota Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So, Brother Taylor, I am going to turn it over to you for your closing remarks, sir.
So I'll let Brother Hill go first, and then I'll go ahead and close.
All right, Brother Hill, closing remarks.
I want to thank Brother DJ Suave, who came in and just kind of gave us some, some 1 and 2 really quickly. It was at the last minute. We hope that you take us out once we're finishing our comments. Thank you again to everybody who has worked diligently with us. Thank you for answering the call to say that you would serve on the committee. One thing I want to say is that, brothers, we're looking for a new day in New Iota. And so, while we may not have all of the answers or the right answers, it's going to take all of us to build Iota into where we want to go for the next 4 years. And so we ask you to think about voting for and electing the Taylor Hill slate to be your next Grand Polaris and Grand Vice Polaris. And we don't make promises, but we guarantee that we're going to give Iota Phi Theta everything that we got. Again, thank you for joining us tonight, and look forward to seeing us on the campaign trail for the next 9 months.
So I echo Brother Hill's sentiments. So our campaign team is bar none the best. I have to thank Brother Hill for finding 90% of these great brothers, this is probably one of the great joys of my life, being able to help build the fraternity that I love. We constantly, one of our mottos is building the tradition, not resting upon one. So we need all hands on deck, and we need every brother. I don't care if you've been hurt or if you've been discouraged, go and knock on the door to your LBs, call them up tonight, call up the sweethearts that helped you while you were going through your process. Let's get back that love, everybody. We love this organization, so let's actually do the work. DJ, you got it, brother.
Oh, we definitely got to say thank you to, of course, all of those who got on Facebook Live. We definitely appreciate. I think we went up to about.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
You got it.
Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love. Sent by one from heaven above. Take a tea, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? Yep, yep. Yep. We are the people who can do it. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We were there for a second.
Yes.
It's fine. It's over. I mean, let's go ahead and close out.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I guess we'll end the Facebook Live.
Yes, please do
we'll
that.
End the Facebook Live. It's slowly but surely. Give it 1 second. Okay.
Am I late?
Hey, brothers. I mean, it's over. The hard work is over. Thank you so much to each one of you, and you. So much tonight was, I tell you, whew, it was a lot. Thank you, Mr. RP. So one of the things, I don't know, well, I think the team knows this, but Carl, I thought about it today. Steve, you got the good man. You have 2 brothers from the same region and from the same chapter running to be the next leader of this great organization, meaning we'll be your boss. How you feel about that?
I love it. Y'all already know the work. Y'all can take over if y'all want. I'll be an RP on standby then. Car got it. Nah, it's awesome though. I wanted to join before it was too late. I just got done with the Lieutenant Governor meeting for Virginia, so on election. So that event went great, but I kept getting text messages about this. So I was like, I gotta come in the tail end to make sure everything's good. So I'm glad. Hold up, I need a background. Y'all gotta send me a background.
You gotta be a part of the administration, brother.
Oh, my bad. I'm not cool enough then, I see. Nah,
Well, we gotta pay credit. We gotta pay credit and homage to brother Brandon Reese. He made these wonderful backdrops, for us. He does an excellent job. He created our logo. Any communication you see out in terms of print, he is the man by far. I don't care. Y'all say what y'all want. I'll be biased. Ain't nobody better than the Eastern region. We serve all. Now we serve all. We're gonna serve all regions, but the East.
Nah, but
you can't say that with somebody from the ACR still on. Even though I'm not a brother, I'm saying.
Actually, you know what, Ruth Ann, I'm gonna tell you, for the first 5 years of knowing you, I could have sworn that you were part of the Eastern. Well, at that time it was the Mid-Atlantic region.
Same thing.
Right.
Because you were always here with us. You always supported. You didn't differentiate between the ACR and us, and so you one of ours, okay?
She is. She just don't know. She is. So good. Now, but on a serious note, though, Brother Hill and Brother Taylor, man, this is awesome. Yes, we got two guys from the region, from the area that's running for the two highest position in the fraternity. And I mean, from my personal position to yours, I want to say congratulations. I think this is awesome. Let's see what the next few months will be. I think emails will be coming out. A lot of brothers outside of this region, I think I've gotten calls from, especially from like the South, not from Gulf Coast, and I want to say OVR, got a lot of questions, and they want the opportunity to ask our questions. So as this launch meeting is done with, party is done with, I think the work. I mean, y'all already started the work weeks ago. But I do think there will be sessions coming up, and I'll be more than happy to host sessions and put y'all in front of brothers to answer questions as they get. I know the website is up, right? So, or the Facebook page is up as well. So
Steve, you can definitely direct those persons if you can to our chief of staff, and then brother, which is Josiah Thornton. His email is on the website. You just click on his name, or even just stay connected. And anything that Brother Taylor and I will. So we do have listening tours coming up, and we do have several virtual series that are coming up. However, we are definitely open and willing to talk to chapters, or if they're a group of brothers that just want to jump on a Zoom and kind of pledge us again, if you will. We're definitely open to doing that. Just take that through Brother Thornton, and we'll definitely get into contact with them.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, that's all I have. I'm hungry, you guys. So again, thank you so much. I don't know, Brother Taylor, you have anything else? Are we good?
I'm happy, glad, like they say in the church. Thank you so much, Miss Ruth Ann. You will never know how much it meant to us, you being a part of this first launch. We've never done anything like this before, so it will always be very special to us. And you got something coming in the mail.
Indeed.
My pleasure. Good luck to you. Good night, everyone.